For years now, Blizzard has acted like they were the kings of the industry and they could never be overthrown by another company. World of Warcraft has done great since it released in 2004, but apparently the game isn't doing so good anymore because it has lost half of its active users in only 4 years, losing 20 million players in that time frame. And apparently there's even worse news for new Blizzard titles because Overwatch 2 is also in trouble because it is not even going to come out until at least 2023. Blizzard has had some bad news over the past few weeks with the lawsuits being thrown their way, but now that players are abandoning their games, and apparently they have been for years, I think Blizzard is in serious trouble. But before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or donating via direct donations. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So let's start off with this first article. It says Blizzard's WoW player stats cause more concern about the future of the game. Following Activision Blizzard's Q2 earnings call discussing the status of World of Warcraft, it's been revealed that in 4 years, World of Warcraft has lost almost half of its monthly active users, meaning in only 3 major expansions for WoW, it has lost 20 million players. That is definitely not good. And World of Warcraft is a good game. Many people love it. I mean, it's been the king in the MMO genre for a very long time. There's no denying that. But people are clearly getting sick of the formula that Blizzard has. People are not really into the game as much as they were anymore. And with the new allegations being made against them, even more people are looking for alternatives to play. So as World of Warcraft's future appears to hang in the balance following the lawsuits against Blizzard, MMO enthusiasts have been flocking to the likes of Final Fantasy XIV Online and New World. I do think a lot of people are sick of the World of Warcraft formula, and these games are really good alternatives. Final Fantasy XIV Online has been a good game for many years. People love it, and also New World has a lot of potential. Unfortunately, New World was delayed another time. I wish that it would just finally fully release. The betas are nice and all, but I want my progress in the game to count. But I think that when New World releases, even more people are going to take a break from World of Warcraft, even if it's only for a couple of weeks. It says a glance at WoW's official subreddit shows a mass exodus of players from the iconic Blizzard title, and they're joining the likes of WoW stars Preach and Nymph. A lot of people are sick of Blizzard, World of Warcraft. They're waiting for new games to release. Shadowlands at the beginning was a pretty decent expansion, but it really hasn't delivered for a lot of people. It says to make matters worse, the official figures from Blizzard's Q2 earnings call don't appear to bode very well for the future of the game. So Blizzard Q2 earnings call shows rapid decline in WoW. Data from Blizzard's Q2 earnings call revealed that the current amount of WoW monthly active users sits at around 26 million. That definitely is still a very high number, but it says while that may sound like a lot at first glance, that means that the game has almost halved in popularity over the last 4 years, reaching a peak after the release of Legion in 2016. It's been steadily downhill since the second quarter of 2017, where the game peaked at 46 million monthly active users. So despite Battle for Azeroth largely failing to make the splash that Blizzard expected, the expansion still saw some success, remaining relatively stable. A lot of people have been disappointed with the recent WoW expansions. Legion was great, but Battle for Azeroth was lacking, and Shadowlands looked like it had a lot of potential, but unfortunately, when it released, it was pretty good, and then they just kind of failed with content. They didn't release a lot for the game, and here's the chart a little bit more up close. They definitely had a couple of spikes in users, 42 million Q3 2016 and then 46 Q2 2017, but ever since then, they've just been dropping numbers like crazy. They have had no stability, they have not really gained any major amount of subscribers. There was an increase from 32 to 33 Q2 to 3 in 2019, and you would have thought that they would have had more of an increase around the time that Classic WoW launched, but apparently not. I think Blizzard was hoping that Classic World of Warcraft would have done a lot better for them. It definitely boosted their numbers a tiny bit, but just not enough. But just wait until Q3 numbers are released, because we'll actually see the dip from the lawsuit and content delays. I know sometimes people are all talk and no action, but I do think that a lot of people unsubscribed from World of Warcraft to play other games like Final Fantasy and New World, and all of these MMOs have potential to be WoW killers. Do I think these numbers still are terrible for Blizzard and World of Warcraft? No, 26 million players is still a ton, but it is way down from the 46 million they previously had. The lawsuits that were filed against Blizzard aren't just going to magically go away, and people are really upset over the accusations being made against them, so I think their numbers for games are just going to keep dropping, at least for a while. I'm definitely not sitting here saying World of Warcraft is dead, because 26 million people is still a lot of people subscribed, but I also wanted to show off the Overwatch 2 articles that have recently been coming out, because apparently Overwatch 2 isn't going to be releasing for quite a long time. It says the release date for Overwatch 2, the sequel to, of course, Overwatch 1, might be even further off than initially anticipated. Although the project was first announced in late 2019, Blizzard still hasn't committed to a release window of any sort. A lot of people have been excited for Overwatch 2 to release. Overwatch 1 was a good game, but it doesn't sound like it's coming out for a very long time. It says, while this seems strange to some fans, it now seems like the reason for this lack of a release announcement could be because the game is still roughly 2 years away. So it says news of this release window for Overwatch 2 comes from a known insider of the game. It says Metro says that according to multiple sources that they have heard from, Overwatch 2 is taking longer to develop by the team at Blizzard than originally expected. As such, there is a chance that the title may not arrive in 2022 and would instead seemingly release in the following year, 2023. It says I've heard from multiple people close to my original source with Overwatch 2 that the development is taking longer than expected, and from what I can gather, a release in 2022 doesn't seem likely anymore. I hope this is false and I'm proven wrong. We've heard a lot of rumors about Blizzard games, about Overwatch 2, and I don't think Overwatch 2 is going to release in 2022. I think they would have already started teasing it more. I think we would have seen maybe a little bit of gameplay. We haven't really gotten anything for it yet, so this does make me believe that it isn't going to release next year, and it's going to release in 2 years or maybe even 3 years. We do not know how far along they are with this project. We can hope that they're farther along than, like, you know, still a rough draft. Basically, they're still developing a bunch of the core elements to the game, but we don't really know right now. Even if Overwatch 2 launched tomorrow, I think a lot of people still wouldn't buy it because of the accusations being made against Blizzard, because the lawsuits are ongoing and they will be for a long time. And I think a lot of people right now do not want to support Blizzard, and I completely understand why. They're a crappy company that doesn't care about fans and doesn't care about their employees either. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.